Friends, today we will be reviewing a very special hard disk known as WD Purple Pro, and I have the 8 terabyte variant, and I'm using about a half dozen of these hard drives, and I'm using them since a year. So I'll be able to tell you some really fine points which any of these 5-minute unboxing YouTubers won't be able to tell you. Let's start this video point wise, and the first point or the first question that I frequently get asked is that, sir, this hard disk is meant for cameras or CCTVs. Can I use it for my computer? And the answer is yes, but with conditions. Now, this kind of hard disk is optimized for your CCTV DVR, and it can take a very heavy workload of 550 terabytes per year. What is this workload? Well, it generally means that your hard disk is constantly being written, it is constantly being overwritten, it's being read, it's being deleted. All of these things is happening 24/7 because this hard disk, as we discussed, is optimized for CCTV video recording applications which run 24/7. So I'm thinking that if this hard disk can take the heavy read and write demands of a CCTV application, why won't it work with a PC? And the short answer is yes, it does work. I did not find any kind of compatibility or standard issues. What you just need to do is you have to format the hard disk into proper file system. If you are using Windows, I'll generally recommend NTFS, and if you are a Linux user, you can go with ext4 or something else which you like. I am personally using this kind of WD Purple Pro, which is a CCTV surveillance hard disk in 5 to 6 different computers, and I have not found any kind of issues with that thing. But since WD says that this is only recommended for cameras, proceed at your own risk. That's what I'm going to say. Let's come to the next point, that is warranty. And the earlier non-Pro variants used to come with a 3-year warranty, but with the WD Purple Pro series, the warranty has been updated to 5 years. Make sure that you register and activate the warranty. I have provided the link in description. You will need to fill the forms with respect to your billing and your purchase date and so on, and that will activate the 5 years warranty for you. Let's talk about the next point, and that is pricing. And I brought this 8 terabyte variant for somewhere around 20,000 rupees, but prices keep varying, and to check the latest prices or to buy this kind of hard disk, I have provided affiliate buying links for you in the description or in the first comment. To support my channel, please consider using those affiliate links for your purchases. And what I found out is that 8 terabyte hard disk from this WD Purple Pro series comes in a very good sweet spot. What is a sweet spot? Sweet spot is basically your price per terabyte, because this kind of hard disk is also available in 10, 12, I think it goes all the way up to 14 terabytes. But what will happen is that your storage will go up by 2 terabytes with each step, but the price will increase exponentially. So it was not making sense for me. In that case, I found out it's better to buy multiple of these 8 terabyte hard drives, and the cost per terabyte was one of the best available. Let's talk about the next point, which I guess all of you people were waiting for, that is the benchmark and speed testing. And I've used variety of testing softwares, for example Atto Diskmark, Crystal Diskmark, HD Speed, and so on. All of these benchmarks will be put up on your screen. You can pause and read them. Make sure that you're watching this video in 1080p, so all of these fonts may be legible and crystal clear. And one thing that I really liked about this hard disk is that these speeds are not there just for the benchmarks. I tried copying really huge amount of files, and the actual file transfer speed was also somewhere between 200 to 250 Mbps, and that made me really happy. Let's talk about the next point, that is reliability. And I use these hard drives to hold really heavy backups. Yes, my friend, the video that you're currently watching on YouTube is going to get backed up on the very same hard drive, and I did not find any kind of reliability problem with this. I've also run Windows Scan Disk, which is known as check disk. I have checked the hard drive for bad sectors. I have run copy verify. What is copy verify? Whenever we copy a file from one source to destination, we check the integrity of that file using CRC or MD5, and all of that came out fine. So I guess reliability wise, it's pretty good out there. Let's talk about next point, that is actual free space. And as we know that we never get the advertised capacity, so this thing is advertised at 8 terabytes, but due to, you can say, file system or formatting or different other kind of losses, the actual space that you're gonna get is 7.27 terabyte, and this is after formatting it to NTFS file system. Let's talk about the most important part of this video, that is pros and cons. So, and the number one pro over here is that this hard disk is a CMR hard drive. What is a CMR hard drive? This is conventional magnetic recording. Now what has happened guys, that all of these new backup hard drives, especially 5 terabytes and above, I think even 2 terabytes and above, have started using SMR technology. Now SMR is a inferior, or you can say it's a different kind of technology which uses shingled layer. It is known as shingled magnetic recording, where the data tracks are written in such way that they are overlapping one another. This is there to save the space and cram as much as data as possible into a small hard drive. You can also call it a bit of cost cutting, because a 1.5 terabyte CMR hard drive can be updated to so-called 2 terabyte by using this SMR compression technology, which overlaps the tracks. And unfortunately, the problem with this SMR drive is that SMR drives become very slow over time. And thankfully, this drive is a CMR one, and it will not suffer from these SMR issues. If you want to learn SMR versus CMR in a great amount of detail, then make sure to let me know using a good little comment. If I get at least 100 comments, I'll make a dedicated video and send it across to you. So no problems with SMR over here with this respect to WD Purple Pro. Let's talk about one of the cons that I found out, which is heat. And oh boy, these drives run very hot. If it is installed in a PC and it's just normally sitting out there, it will idle at 50 degrees Celsius. And as soon as you start copying any kind of heavy file transfers on this hard drive, the temperature goes up to 50-55 degrees Celsius. And by the way, this is in India, where the ambient temperature is also pretty high. So the 55-degree temperature is very easy to reach when your ambient is around like 28, 29, 30 degrees Celsius, something like that. And I've heard that you will start losing the warranty on your hard disk as soon as it reaches 55, or I guess it was 58 degrees Celsius, something like that. And these days these hard drives are so smart that they'll have a little counter, they'll have a digital register inside them which will flip as soon as the hard disk crosses 58 degrees Celsius. So as soon as you submit your hard disk for RMA or for your service replacement, the service guy will tell you that, sir, your hard disk has overheated so and so in the past, so the warranty is not there. So you will have to be careful about this, otherwise your hard drive will go bad as well as you will lose your warranty. And what I've noticed that most of these new hard drives, I have experience with a lot of hard drives. I've used a lot of 5 terabyte, 6 terabyte, 10 terabytes, and all of them seem to run very hot because the data density has gone up. The size of hard disk is the same, but the amount of platters and data that we are cramming in that space is really gone up. So all of these hard drives need to run, all of these hard drives run a little bit hot, and you need to pay attention to this overheating. If you want to learn with respect to overheating, with respect to different brands, different models, then I have an entire playlist available right here. This is the hard disk playlist. You can click on it, and I have talked about the performance and heat and everything else with respect to different models. Now, we learned that these hard drives run very hot. So what is the solution? Well, there are a few solutions. If I'm using this hard disk in a USB casing, then what I'll do is I'll put a simple USB fan on top of it. I made this fan, I think, what was it, like 15-20 years ago, and these days, thankfully, these fans are available ready-made. I'll provide links to them in description or in the first comment. You can buy them. They are very cheap, and they'll definitely extend the life of your hard drives. If I'm using this hard disk in a PC, then I have a case fan directly pointed towards the hard disk to shower some nice little cool air on them. Each of my editing PC has 4 to 5 hard drives, and I'm using these cute little Warhammer Kratos RGB fans to cool them down. And I think that these fans are already 1 or 1.5 years old, and if you're interested in checking out the reviews or even buying them, I'll update the links for you in the description. Now, Western Digital says that these hard drives are meant for CCTV surveillance applications, and I'm really worried that such a hot hard drive with other electronic components in vicinity might get cooked. So what I'll recommend is that your CCTV box should at least have an exhaust fan. If it does not, let me suggest you a jugaad. Now, there are these laptop cooling pads available, you know, the ones which have like 2-3 small fans on them. They are USB powered, and you can what you can do is simply you can put your DVR box on top of this laptop cooler. Again, buying links in description. And this kind of laptop cooler or cooling pad is going to, you know, it's going to keep your DVR box cool as well as ensure the long life cycle of your hard drive. Anyone, be it Purple Pro or something else. Now let's talk about the competition and conclusion. And with my experience with hard drives, I found out that mainly there are 2 types. One of them is a desktop backup hard drive. They are available ready-made from various brands. Like there was a Seagate one which I used in the past review over here, and I can put this one in a USB casing and it will be the same story. It will become a desktop backup hard drive, and these drives are on the larger side. They'll require external power and they are a little bit cumbersome to carry around, but yes, the speeds and the data capacity is very good. The second type is known as a portable or a tiffin hard drive. They are compact, they are self-powered. You can power them using the laptop itself, but unfortunately these things are stuck on 5 terabyte capacity since many years, I think 6-7 years, and it is still at 5 terabytes. So depending on the amount of data that you want to back up, add a healthy amount of margin, because data always keeps on increasing, and buy a required hard drive that suits your application. I've used all of these hard drives as well as made detailed reviews on them. If you want to check them out, then there will be a bunch of cards or thumbnails popping up on your screen right here and right here. You can directly click on them using your finger or using your mouse, jump to those videos and learn something new today. So that's it for this neat little video, guys. I hope you liked it. Take care and have a nice day.